Hi, I'm done. So every agentic framework treats UI as an afterthought. Models generate text, users type out what they want, and then if you're lucky, there's an approval button. But real apps need real interfaces. They need forms, they need confirmation models, they need interactive choices. I built Glove in order to fix that for developers. Glove is an agentic runtime where tools interact with users. A tool may push a form to a user and collect payment information, or speak a question and wait for an answer from the user. Same primitive, different medium. Glove introduces a new primitive, the display manager. Tools don't just return data to the models, they interact with the users. A checkout tool may display a payment form to the user and resume execution once the results have been returned. The model orchestrates which tools run, the tools orchestrate the experience for the user. To demonstrate how Glove is used to build real apps, I built an app called Glove Coffee, which is basically a coffee bean shop where you can purchase coffee beans, but in a more taking it more from a conversational perspective, where everything can be done via the chat interface. But thanks to Glow, instead of just working with text, it can present rich UI for user interactions. Yeah, so let's just jump right into it and uh, start off by us saying hi to the agent. Okay, so it asks me if I need help discovering what might suit my test. I'm gonna say, yeah, I need help. Okay, perfect. Let me start by learning a bit about your test. So here it's collecting my preferences. And as you can see, this is already one of the benefits of the display manager happening. Um, or this is one of the use cases of the display manager where it's collecting information from me. So it's collecting my choices. So at the moment, the execution or the agent loop is paused until I answer this question. So, what kind of flavors do you enjoy in your coffee? I'm gonna say golden earth. Great choice. Yeah, it continues just collecting information. It's an espresso. Yeah, and it can even show me products that fit my preferences. So here it's showing me preferences that are bold and earthy. So you have Sumatra. Yeah, I can see all these details. Um, I can say maybe I want to see more information on this coffee. So yeah, it just shows me this is its price. Yeah, mostly the price, a brief description, and also ask me if I would like to add a bag to my cart. And I'm gonna say, yeah, this looks nice. I want to buy it. Yeah, perfect. It added it to the cart and says, great, I've added this to your cart. Would you like to check out now, or are you interested in exploring anything else? So I could just conversationally add something else to cart. So I could say, I want to add something else to the cart. Yeah, awesome. Something similar. I would say, let's say something balanced in between. Show me everything. Yeah. So just ask it to show me everything. Now it shows me a list of all the products, and I can choose Nyeri AA from Kenya and choose to add it to my bag. So yeah, Nice. So it knows what it just did. Continues the conversation. Has already added you to the cart. And now I can say, now I'm ready for checkout. Right. Yeah. Presents me with the checkout form. I can see the stuff from my cart. Yeah. So this would probably include like your a place like a link that connects you to Stripe. But for now, it's just I enter my email and I can place the order. Yeah, and order confirmed. It just says congratulations. Feel free to come back anytime. Yeah, so that's the basic. This application demonstrates um, how the display manager is being used for things around identifying what the user is trying to input. Um, yeah, whenever the agent needs to collect additional information on the user, on what the user wants, you can simply ask, and that's all of this is built with fast class support um, for front end development. So next, I'm gonna take you through what the code looks like for building out something like Love Coffee. So developer experience has been a priority from day one since I started working on Glove. And I took heavy inspiration from Tanstack Query and Tanstack Table around how to handle collocation of um, functionality and views. So um, I'm just going to take you through some of the functions that we or the tools that were being called by our agent in the demo, as well as how it's wired up for the Next.js app. Yeah. So yeah, one of the first things that got called was the ask preferences, where the agent was basically asking us to say what our preferences are. So basically, it's just a tool. We give it a name, give it a description, an input schema that tells the agent what data it needs to pass into the tool once it's calling it, and a do function. So the do function is what's gonna request um, for the selector component to be rendered. So basically, uh, we make use of the display manager. So the display manager gets passed down in the do function, and what happens is the the do function just calls push and await on the display, which is basically telling it to pause execution until it gets a result from the form that's being displayed on to the user. So yeah, and then the form itself is just regular JSX, a bunch of options and buttons. Yeah, just rendering out the different preferences the user can choose, right? Um, Next is show products. Yeah, so when we requested the agent to show us all the products, it was basically calling this tool. It has a name, description, input schema, describes what the agent needs to pass in, um, and then a do function. And the do function involves functionality for let's see, yeah. So this push and wait functionality, which is basically it displays and pauses execution until the user replies. This could be clicking on add to cart, or just yeah, clicking on add to cart or viewing the details of the product. So basically display and then um, get the displayed product and then just return that to the agent. And the render function here is just the code that's like this for that UI being rendered. So yeah, just renders the product cards. And another thing we saw was the checkout form. The same approach, right? We have name, description, the input schema, the do, which takes in the display manager, and then can call push and wait to wait on the user to input their email and click on the submit button. Then the render function, which is just rendering the checkout form itself. Yeah, checkout form is just regular old JSX, right? And the tools get put together or composed into the Glove client, right? Yeah, yeah. The tools will get composed into the Glove client, and we can see that here. I do JSX. Let's see. Yeah. So when this is called, um, it's called here. Yeah. So tools get composed here and then get passed into the use glove hook, which is now in on your JSX side, wherever you're gonna be rendering, um, yeah, where you're gonna be rendering the UI that the users are interacting with. And the hook use glove basically returns a timeline, streaming text, busy, stats, slot, send message, abort, render slot. These are just like pieces you can put together to render UI similar to what we had. So there's that piece, and lastly, there's there's this. So usually, when you're building in your stack, the Glove React package fits into your front end, and then it's gonna be calling the backend for sending out like prompts to the sending out prompts as well as for storage and stuff like that. So we have like a factory function that can easily create um, an endpoint for you that's gonna tie into the Glove client easily. So you can get started with only the integration points. It only has 3 integration points. That's the tools, definition of the tools, uh, putting everything together with the glove config, right? Putting the client together with the glove config, and then using it with the use glove hook. Yeah. And yeah, that's how easy it is to get started. And you can build as complex an app as you want. For example, one of the projects I've been working on is a coding agent builds with the Glove stack, and I'll probably have a video out later to show you how that works. Yeah. So conversational apps are the future, and more UIs are gonna eventually get folded into the simple input box, which will mean interactions with an app will be mainly led by the UI that the agent displays to you to, let's say, complete a form, choose preferences, or whatever else your app is doing. And the inspiration for building Glove came from a bunch of other projects I'm building at the moment, where I noticed I had to kind of redo or like um, uh, redo a lot of stuff around how interactive agent interactive UIs work. Um, yeah, so Glove is just meant to solve that and like improve the developer experience around building that. I found that existing agent frameworks kind of don't treat UIs as a fastless citizen, and I'm basically trying to just the dev experience that currently have with stuff like React Hook Form, Tensor Query, Tensor Table, yeah, which were the main inspirations for working on Glow. Yeah, so do check it out on GitHub. We'll include the links below. Um, yeah, test it out. Let me know what you guys are building. Um, yeah, peace.